Hi guys, I filmed this video over a few days in my life. I had some continuing education events this week, some days in the clinic, and then you guys are always asking for more behind the scenes. I hope you enjoyed the video.
So long silent movies, the quiet dances on the screen. So long to burning slowly, smelling sweat and kerosene. And all the actors on the stage are rolling cigarettes and whispering so low. Call my parents up.
Good morning, guys. It is Monday morning. I thought I would do a little bit of a vlog this week. You guys are always asking for more lifestyle content. Also, I do feel like the 190 weeks are getting a little bit repetitive. So I thought we'd take a break. Plus, I've actually got a lot of cool things going on this week. Tomorrow, I'm going to a talk with Life Labs. It's like a lunch and learn. They're going to go through case studies. If you guys aren't from Ontario, Life Labs is like a big laboratory in Ontario that does blood work. And then on Wednesday, I'm going to a dinner with Natural Factors. So it's going to be an educational dinner. I'm really excited for that. And then this coming weekend, I have OAND Con, which is the Ontario Association of Naturopathic Doctors. It's our annual conference. So I'm really, really excited. I'll probably end up making that a separate video. But yeah, I thought it would be fun. And you guys know, I always say that diet and nutrition is really important when it comes to your health. But there are so many other things and like little things that I do throughout my day that I feel like really support my health outside of that. So with that being said, this morning I did a swim and a run. If you guys watched my Sunday reset a few videos back, you know that I've been adding cardio back into my workouts. For years, I was really just doing strength training, but in the summer, I started swimming again and I felt so good and I was just having so much fun that I wanted to do it more. So I've been doing swimming, running, and a little bit of biking. I'm playing around with the idea of eventually doing a triathlon. I used to do them when I was little and they were so fun. So this morning I did a 35-minute swim. I did about 2,400 yards with an average pace of 126 and an average heart rate of 102. And then for my run, I did 25 minutes, just over 4K at a 5:49 per kilometer pace. Like I said, I'm just going very low and slow because I don't want to get injured or anything like that. I'm having so much fun being able to track all my workouts on my new watch. It's also really cool. It tracks like sleep and your VO2 max and all those kind of things. So I'm really excited to play more around with that, but lots to do today. So I'm going to make some breakfast. Yesterday, I prepped a bunch of parsnips, carrots, and kabocha squash. So I'm gonna have that with some ground beef and avocado. Just my classic typical breakfast. It takes 5 minutes to put together if you have everything prepped. So that's the plan for breakfast. And then for today, I'm actually gonna take most of the day to work on a course that I'm planning on launching at the end of November. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a really long time. It's basically a metabolic course, a lot of educational things that I feel like I'm repeating over and over again with my patients, but I just have not had a good chunk of time to actually work on it. The summer was just so crazy. Don't even know what happened to October. I'm still confused how we're at the end of October. I actually want to take some time to sit down and work on that. Have my parsnip, carrot, and squash hash, ground beef, and a bunch of avocado. I always say this, I try and get about 7 to 10 grams of fiber and 25 to 30 grams of protein at every meal. And this is perfect. Between the parsnips, carrots, and squash and the avocado, you have about 8 to 10 grams of fiber. And then with the ground beef, you have right around 25 grams of protein. Lots of micronutrients, but just like having staple breakfast that I have on repeat just makes my mornings so much easier. I don't even have to think about what to have for breakfast, and it frees up so much mental energy. So I'm gonna take a break. I've been working on trying to be very mindful with eating, slowing down, chewing my food really well, all of those things that we know are really important for digestion. And then I will catch up with you guys later. few hours and I've just been working. I'm gonna go for a quick walk. I've been really trying to be diligent about getting out for regular walks throughout the day. I set my goal as 12,000 steps per day and I've been surpassing that by quite a bit every day. But what I really struggle with is that I will just go out for a super long walk at the start of the day or at the end of the day, and I won't actually get that much movement throughout like the middle parts of the day. And one thing I always ask patients about is exercise, but then also movement and daily movement throughout the day, because I think that a lot of us will just go to the gym first thing in the morning or go for a really long walk first thing in the morning, and then we'll be at our desk for 6 to 8 hours, not that much movement. That's really hard. That's hard on our cognitive function. It's hard on our lymphatic system to just like sit for that long. So I know I always feel like, oh my gosh, I don't have enough time to go for a walk. But whenever I start to notice my cognitive function or my focus just starting to like dip off, I'm like, probably a good time for a walk. I'll try and finish the task that I'm doing and then I'll get outside. It's not super enticing to go for a walk right now because it's super gloomy out and it's really cold. Yeah, I'm gonna try and go for a walk and then probably do a few more hours of work and then have some lunch. Hey guys, so it's about 4:30 right now. I just did a little bit more editing after lunch and I think I'm gonna go back to the gym now. I've still been trying to fit in my 4 lifting sessions every week in addition to like doing the extra cardio. I'm gonna go and do just a really quick upper body workout. I'll probably just do like a 30-minute one. I find if I just hit the compound movements, I can actually make it really streamlined and really quick. And then I'm going to get on the TTC and I'm gonna subway up to my parents' place. I'm gonna sleep over there tonight because I need to borrow their car to get everywhere tomorrow. I ended up just booking the whole day off of clinic because normally I work on Tuesdays. I booked the day off. I booked a periodontist appointment in the morning and then I have the Life Labs talk by the airport, so I'm gonna have to drive to that. Really excited, but yeah, gonna go do a really quick upper body workout and then go and hang out with my parents. I'm not gonna have to pack too much, but I will bring my Kindle so I can read tonight. I don't know if I'll talk to the camera the rest of the day. I may just see you guys tomorrow.
I let it cook a lot longer. Soft and flavored.
Alright, good morning guys. It is Tuesday morning. I'm just at my parents' place. I'm back from my periodontist appointment. I had an early appointment this morning, but he looked at my gums and he said that they look great. So I'm really happy about that. If you guys are new or you haven't been following along, a few months ago, I had a gum graft procedure done, literally grafting some gums. So he said that the healing went great. He's really happy with the results. So that was really exciting. I'm gonna do a little bit of work and then in a few hours, I'm gonna leave for my lunch and learn. My friend just texted me and she said that she's also going. I didn't think that she was gonna go because normally she works as well on Tuesdays. She works at a different clinic downtown, but she's gonna be there. So I'm really excited for that. My parents do have a espresso machine, so I made myself a nice latte, but I'm gonna sit down, do some work for a few hours. That is the plan for this morning.
severely metabolically decompromised is this patient. This is a treatment indicator for me. Part of all this pattern is that this patient had recently had a virus. Viruses can cause post-viral thyroiditis. Her MCV is good. Her platelets are a little bit on the low side. Just something to be mindful of as we go through and interpret. Like, it's definitely something to look into from a liver perspective. When we look at her liver enzymes, we're doing a little bit of a thing, but nothing too dramatic. HDL just skips. So not her glucose precipitously dropped. Low platelets are often caused by.
All right, guys, I just got back from my Life Labs talk. It was basically about 2.5 hours. It was put on by Life Labs and presented by another ND. The talk was mainly focused on lab interpretation and reading labs all together. So looking at a patient's full lab panel and kind of figuring out what's going on in the case and how you best want to approach the case. So we basically went through 2 cases. We talked about what labs we would recommend running, and then the presenter went through what she actually did run. And then we went through the results and talked about what was going on, what were optimal ranges, what was really driving a lot of the symptoms, and then we talked about treatment as well. So I can give you guys a little overview if you're interested. If you're not, you can just skip ahead. First case was a 25-year-old female. Patient came in with weight loss resistance, anxiety and depression, history of eating disorders and binging, irregular menses. She was told that she had cysts on her ovaries, but she didn't have any high androgens on blood work and no androgenic symptoms, and she also had allergies and rashes. So when we went through the blood work, we basically said we would probably test almost everything just because there's so many different things going on. So we did the CBC, we did inflammatory markers like ESR, CRP, HbA1c, but also a 2-hour insulin glucose challenge test. We did ferritin and iron, very important, especially in any anxiety case. We also did liver enzyme, did a thyroid panel and a cholesterol panel. And then we just like went through the cases, especially for this patient. Her CBC was really interesting. She didn't have anemia because her red blood cell count wasn't low, but her hemoglobin was really low and her actual red blood cells were quite small. And the presenter did mention that she had sleep apnea, so that was definitely contributing to that. Her inflammatory markers were elevated. Her 2-hour insulin glucose challenge test showed us that she was quite insulin resistant. She also had high GGT and she actually had a really low TSH. So yeah, so we went through, talked about what was going on. We talked about the CBC break and why her red blood cells were so low quality. Talked about where we thought the inflammation was coming from. We talked about the high GGT and how that was playing a role in her presentation. And then we also talked a lot about her thyroid. And then the second case that we went through was a menopause case. So this was a 47-year-old female. She had mood changes, brain fog, exhaustion, headache, pain, and the feeling of inflammation in her body, weight gain, and palpitations. So again, running very similar tests, CBC, full iron panel, full liver panel. Definitely went through her cholesterol panel and her 2-hour insulin glucose challenge test. And then we talked about her thyroid function, and they did actually end up testing estradiol and DHEAS. So we talked about that. And then they also ran her inflammatory markers, her vitamin D. So they were both really, really interesting cases. And it was really nice to talk a lot more about how to interpret a case as a whole. I always say this, but the ranges that they give you on the blood work are not optimal. And a lot of the times those don't tell the whole story when you're looking at everything that's going on. A lot of the times there's not one thing that's super flags and then everything else is perfect, right? That's very rare. A lot of the times it's a bunch of different things that are slightly off that now the patient doesn't feel very good. They don't feel like themselves. They're having weight gain. They're having mood issues. They're having brain fog. And you really have to look at their labs as a whole. And then labs really do help to guide treatment. Like I always tell patients, labs really, really help figuring out what's going on because so many people are coming in with those really general symptoms, right? Brain fog, fatigue, mood issues, insomnia, weight gain, or weight loss resistance. Those are so broad and there's so many things that can be contributing to those. That was the kind of Cole's notes of the cases that we went through. And then of course, it's always just really fun to be in person. I think that because I just work with patients one-on-one all the time, sometimes it doesn't get lonely because I'm there with patients, but you don't see a lot of other NDs. And it's really, really nice to go and talk to other people in the profession. And a lot of the people there were people who were my year or a few years before me in school. So it was really just nice to reconnect with them and see what they're up to. That was the talk. And then I just came home and honestly, I just relaxed for a little bit. I just feel like as we're moving into the darker days of winter, I just have less and less energy, wanting to relax and rest a little bit more. And I'm trying really hard to not overextend myself. Because I think that sometimes in winter, I'm like, oh, there's not that many activities. It's not like summer where everyone's out doing stuff. So much more time to get stuff done. I keep reminding myself that my purpose on earth is not to be hyper productive all the time. I know that social media makes us think that it is. That's not our job. So I think I'm gonna take the rest of the day to relax. I do want to go to the gym. I'm gonna do a quick lower body workout, and then I'm only at about 6,000 steps. So I definitely want to get out for another long walk. I'm also really excited because over the weekend I made a really delicious lasagna for my friends and I saved a few pieces as leftovers. So I'm probably gonna have that for dinner, and I truly believe that lasagna is always better as leftovers. I don't know what it is. It always just tastes better. That is the plan. Okay, I'm just back from the gym, 30-minute lifting session, and then I sat in the sauna for about 15 minutes, showered, and then I just warmed up some lasagna. I just warmed it up in the oven, and I made a really simple salad with balsamic vinegar, olive oil, parsley, salt, pepper. This lasagna is so good. I really think that making it with fresh pasta is the key. Like, we'll just go to Italy and get fresh pasta, and then we made it with beef, lamb. There's also a bunch of shiitake mushrooms. I put shiitake mushrooms in pretty much anything. Oh, it's so good. So I'm gonna eat this. Lately in the evenings, I've just been getting ready for bed really early and then reading for a really long time. So that's probably gonna be the game plan. I might do a castor oil pack as well. We'll see, but I will see you guys probably tomorrow. Hello guys, happy Wednesday. I'm recording this on my phone because I'm having some issues with my SD cards. All of them keep saying that they need to be reformatted. So weird because I used them earlier this morning, but I just don't have the time right now to reformat all of them. So it's about 1:30 right now. I'm just about to make up a really quick lunch and then I'm gonna head out to a clinic, just in the clinic for the afternoon today, and then I'm leaving early to go to my natural factors talk. That is the plan. Basically this morning I've just been doing some patient prep and doing some emails, make up some lunch, and then head out to clinic. right guys, happy Thursday. I'm just finishing off some work before I go into clinic. I did sleep in a little bit today because I got home pretty late last night. So I slept in a little bit, but I still went to the gym. I did about a 45-minute swim. I did just under 3K and my main set was 2100s descending 1 to 4, and I did 5 rounds of that. And then I just went out for a 5K run, and then I've just been doing a bunch of clinic work. I had to go straight to the talk from clinic yesterday, so I didn't finish all my charting. So I finished my charting from yesterday, and then I have a full afternoon in the clinic and a full morning tomorrow. So I wanted to get everything prepped for that. There was a bunch of blood work that came in, so I had to look over some blood work and just make up plans for my visits and what we're gonna go through. That was my morning, but I did wanted to give you guys kind of the summary of the talk yesterday. It was definitely more of a basic talk. Natural Factors is definitely more of a direct to consumer line versus some of the more professional lines that we tend to use. Although we do carry a few of their products, some of their single ingredient products. I use their phosphatidylcholine sometimes their vitamin C. Basically, we're just introducing some of their new products. They did have a PEA product that they talked about. I don't tend to use PEA that much in my practice. They introduced a new glutamine product. You guys know I love glutamine. It's great for gut healing. It's great for muscle recovery. I use it quite a bit with things like zinc kerosene, N-acetylglucosamine, DGL, really for helping to heal and support the gut lining. So they talked about that. They had a new collagen product that they were launching, so they talked a little bit about that. What else did they talk about? They also had a new product that was like a sachet. So it had their B complex, their phosphatidylserine, their phosphatidylcholine, oh, and an omega. So it comes in like a little sachet. And then they did give us some samples, which is always fun and interesting. And I just sometimes like to look at the formulation. So they did give us a sample of their PEA, give us a sample of their magnesium L-threonate, which is the best magnesium for cognitive function. I have a post, I think, on my Instagram about all the different types of magnesium and which one is kind of best for what. And then they gave us an ashwagandha supplement and an NMN NAD precursor. And then I'm actually kind of excited for this one. They gave us their new mitochondrial energy powder. This is basically the exact same formulation as the mitochondrial formula by BioClinic Naturals, which I will sometimes layer into treatment plans if I feel like the patient needs a little bit more mitochondrial support. It's basically got acetyl L-carnitine, CoQ10, ancient peat extract, glutathione, and superoxidized dismutase. I love glutathione. It's a great antioxidant, and acetyl L-carnitine we know is really, really important for energy production, specifically getting fats into the cell. And then CoQ10 is great for cardiovascular health. So I am excited to try that. But that was the Natural Factors talk. I think I'm actually going to end the video here because, to be honest, I'm just going to be in the clinic this afternoon and tomorrow, so I probably won't film very much. And then we are straight ahead to OANDCon. It's being held out by the airport, so I'll probably actually end up staying at my boyfriend's place in Oakville. Just a lot easier to get from his place to the airport. So we'll probably drive out tomorrow afternoon. But like I said, I am going to film OANDCon. I'll probably make that, or I will make that, a separate vlog. Also, I did make a post a few days ago on my YouTube, like in the community section, asking you guys what you want to see more of on this channel. Thank you so much if you did respond. Some of the really common ones I see are exercise routine and wanting to know workout routines and things like that. I got some questions on hormonal health. There was a question that got a lot of likes about anxiety. So I will definitely be talking more about that because I think anxiety in 2024 is multifactorial. There's a lot of different things going on. So definitely a topic that I can expand more on. You guys said you like the what I eat in a week, so I will continue to make those, of course. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, let me know in the comments if you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you want to see more of on this channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!